The question is the motion be agreed. The Honourable Brian Walker.
Thank you, President. This might actually be the only time I speak to this bill, because ideally I was not going to offer any opposition at all, being a very sensible bill. There are a few questions, perhaps. But when I hear about this, I mean, I'm delighted to hear that the government spoke with the opposition. I don't recall in this part of the chamber anyone speaking with us. And
Order. Can we please have the member on his feet?
Thank you,
Continue
President.
to make his contribution.
Thank you, President. Now, when it comes to declaring a bill urgent, there's actually got to be a good reason for a bill to be declared urgent. Like, for example, if I am actually in the medical centre and I need to do something urgently, there's someone who's actually going to die on the spot, do it now. You can't put him on the list for the patients coming in. Someone comes in and is behaving like a total cretin at the front desk. I need to go out there and deal with that on the moment. I'm not going to leave that to my staff to deal with. I'll fix that now and have the patient escorted from the premises. That's urgent. A bill which requires, for example, there's a bomb going to go off, we have to have a law passed that if a bomb is there, everyone's got to be out. There's no chance of anyone staying behind. That would be an urgent bill. The urgency here is actually we want to get more of our stuff through, and so we're not, by definition, going to allow those who've got questions to ask those questions, which actually undermines the very purpose of this chamber here. We are a house of review. Now, the idea, we've decided we're right, you're all wrong, we're not going to talk about it anymore, that is very reminiscent of other parliaments in other parts of the world, countries I would not like to live in, because freedom there is perhaps a scarce commodity. Are we here approaching the time when such things are passed more frequently through our house, making the freedom in a democratic structure to ask serious questions about a serious bill which affects quite a large number of people in the population? Are we coming to a phase now when dealing properly with legislation or proposed legislation is actually going to be a luxury we're only going to afford to the people who've decided it's going to be a good bill, will pass it through in the face of serious questions from others who may have a different opinion? The very essence of our democracy is to hear the other side and to come to an agreement as to what's actually going to help. It doesn't actually help when we've got a massive majority and people can disregard those, if you like, those civilised approaches to dealing with questions which need to be answered on behalf of all the people, not just some that we favour. So I would regard this, actually, this standing order here, I would like to put on the record that I would strongly suggest in a future Parliament that we revise standing orders to deal with these obvious attacks on the democratic purpose of our chamber.